South Americans.
Hello Ron, it's Salt from South Americans. So, I didn't really had anything planned to make a video out of, so I decided to give you guys a bit of an update, plus some story time on my neoponera queens. One thing you probably should know is that the names of the ant species that I put on my videos may or may not be accurate. Usually what I do is after I collect a queen ant, I go to antwiki.org, which is a great site and I highly recommend it, and try to see how the classification guide leads me towards the ant species that I have. But this is not foolproof, and there is some room for interpretation in following the keys, especially since I'm not a taxonomist, myrmecologist, nor anything along those lines. Okay, so back to my neoponera queens. If you can recall, I originally showed you guys two queens which I had inside test tubes in an open outside world. This was because due to what I had researched, neoponera are semi-coastal, so I thought it would be best if they were in an environment where they could flourish. But just to take some precaution, the containers in which they inhabit were kept closed, so nothing could get in. Or so I thought. So what happened, you may be asking? A few weeks ago I went to check on my neoponera queens, because they are kept in the basement to observe on their progress. Sadly, I didn't took any footage of this, but basically the containers were full of small big-headed ants, probably Phytoli, which are a very common genus throughout my area. Anywhere from my backyard, drinking from my cat's water bowl, or coming out of walls. Anyway, video. Her brood was long gone, but I was able to rescue her, only the entire cycle had to restart. As for the other one, well, I didn't see her anywhere. Her container was full of Phytoli ants, but I couldn't find her. The thing that really hurt me about the loss of her was that she is not a species from my immediate vicinity, or genus for that matter. I originally got her around 6 months ago when I was in a college trip to some nearby mountains. Though I don't support the idea of keeping exotic species, I did it that time because the place where I got them from was only about a 50-minute ride from my house, so if I was ever to release them back into the wild as a mature ant colony, I'd be able to get them back to their natural habitat, but this also meant that it wasn't worth for me to go there for an sporadic possibility of an optional flight taking place. So basically the place is close enough for me to go there and release a mature ant colony, but not close enough for me to travel there for a sporadic possibility of getting another queen. Of course, lesson learned. After we rescued her, I put her in another container that was airtight closed. I made a few holes with needles for oxygen but covered them in cotton, which hopefully is enough to keep other ants at bay. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Feel free to rate it, comment, share, and with that said, have a nice week.